Yes, the month of March is looking to close, and this month we have been using as a transition period for persons to get their act together, for persons to be able to, let's just say, cross all their T's and make sure all the money that was supposed to be allocated and transfer over come over, just to make everybody comfortable. Now it's time to learn and aggressively learn very fast. Now it's time to build and see this opportunity for what it is, and is an income generating opportunity like no other. The more I look at this opportunity, the more I see income in a rapid pace coming to you and I if we do what is responsible of us to do. And that is to get the knowledge. And I thank you all for being on the call. And I want to suggest that you invite someone else. Send out a message, send out a cry, send out the ASAP, join now, immediately message, because this is a show that you don't want to miss. I'm not asking you, but I'm telling you. So I don't even want to get started as yet. I want us to take another 2 minutes before we bring on the speakers, because we're going to dive into some information that is going to propel us. I want to talk about the week to come. I want to talk about the presentations that we already have for the Caribbean. We will be setting up our European time to do presentations as well. We will be doing presentations in other languages from German to Italian. We will be having all of this in the near week to come. So far, what we have on schedule is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the Caribbean presentation, Caribbean time at 7 p.m. And that's Trinidad and Tobago. Suriname would be 8 p.m. And Jamaica, I believe, would be 6 p.m., something thereabouts. I believe that's the time allocation. So we are looking at this time for presentations from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Tuesday, we would have what's considered to be a community meeting. We would have a community get together, a team get together. We're going to get together this Tuesday. So this Tuesday, starting this Tuesday, we're going to get together and have a conversation. Most of the times we're going to be with Mr. Fred Falk, and the other corporate persons would like to join. You know, Fred is a consultant to the project, but any other corporate would like to join will also be there. But that Tuesday session is for you, the community, to get to the next level, for you to get clarity on whatever a Monday announcement would have been, for you to have the inspiration to continue the week and really build the opportunity, knowing that you get a chance to get paid daily. This is daily pay. This is a daily withdrawal situation. This is an opportunity I've not seen with a compensation plan that is very welcoming. And it is mandatory for us to really build this opportunity because we have not started as yet. This opportunity don't start until the K extra hits 100% and the first term of the K extra is executed and profits is received. That's how I feel. But in order for the K extra to start, we need to put people into this campaign. And I've been speaking aggressively. I've put all my tickets into the campaign of the K extra. So I'm leading from in front, leading by example. I don't want nobody saying, oh, you're hedging, you're playing. No, no, no. I'm putting my stuff in the K extra. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to talk from in front with action. And I'm letting you know it's time. It's time. It's time. Time not to be distracted with other things that can be distracting to you and you miss out on the opportunity because you're trying to get an opportunity. Are you crazy? The opportunity is here. Don't be looking for opportunity when the opportunity is here. I know that the bots work. I know that the bots are functional. I know that I've received profits. But I also know we haven't started. So now is the start and the genesis. I promise you, 1 year from today, because this project is going to be around. There's no broker to go into investigation. There's no broker to say that they don't want to do business anymore. There's no person to really create a hiccup. The only situation that I could see that can cause a problem is if the bots are functional. And they have spent too much years working on the bots for the bots not to be functional. The bots are very functional, very accurate, and they're very wise in how they do this. They're making profits ahead of time and paying us via the campaign with locked in amount of profits that's going to be allocated. Anybody joining the K Extra is guaranteed to have a 30% minimum. Minimum. What more can it be? So the faster we fill it, the faster we can see the results, the faster we can get into another. But this is not my talk, this is not my show. I'm just expressing with you all my level of excitement and the level of commitment that we need over the next couple of days. The next couple of days. I don't want to talk about the next couple of months. The next couple of days, we need a real strong commitment in showing, telling, and bringing people to the presentation so we can deliver the message. And this is a message of hope in a place that is hopeless, where people are fed up and frustrated and don't know what to do, where they have joined projects, where they have been scammed out of their money. We don't offer that. We offer a solution that is real time, that is going to be delivered. So if you want to, this is not an interactive session. We're not going to be asking you questions. We're not going to be, but if you want to, the chat is open. You can send a message. You can send a question. It may or may not be addressed. Nevertheless, we're here. The community on a Tuesday, that's where we can address questions, that we could spend time giving more knowledge, giving more information, and helping you get to the next level and get more and more comfortable. But today is the day where we want to just put Icarus Lab on the forefront. So the entire family forum. Yes, we know this is a royal family. Yes, we have other projects that's a part of what we do with our Ecoverse. However, this Icarus Labs is to take no backseat to nothing. This is to be in the front. This is my main project where I have a tunnel vision right now because it's necessary. Because what I see and what I understand and what's going to happen within the next couple of months, friends, I would only hope you spend time understanding this opportunity. So take no more time. I want to take no more time. I want to invite, for a short period of time, I know he's not feeling too well. He's under weather. I know it's also late in their region. So I want to invite him. And after he shares, he could feel free to exit the call and go get some rest. But I know he didn't want to miss being a part of the call. This is the marketing manager for Icarus Labs. He has been doing presentations every single day, has been in Korea, back and forth, activating teams, learning, going in depth. This is a young man that I respect highly, that knows nothing more than the work and has a big, extensive work ethic. I want to thank him for being here with us this evening, this afternoon, this morning. Mr. Leo Marlon, are you there, sir?
Yes, yes, King. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you for the exclusive introduction. All right, okay. So first and foremost, let me just share a view about the memo on this week. So in the memo itself, we saw this week the campaigns that were out. So as you realize now, there's been 3 campaigns, with the third campaign being a stronger one. That is because of the increased volume that's entered into Icarus Labs, right? So let's start off first with the first campaign. So the first campaign, S-1. Most of you would be familiar because you have seen this campaign S- last week. And the next one, which is S-Rush 2, also in last week, it was probably S-Rush 1, right? So right now, the campaigns are coming out at different timings because the bot has recognized a much more presentable market to be investing in. So, in the last few weeks, it has been a very bullish run. And in the recent weeks, it has changed to a slightly less volatile, but heading towards a bearish run before the Bitcoin halving, right? So there's a lot more opportunities through the day, through volatility. And of course, campaign 3, Steady Bombay, right? So that is a 30-day campaign, right? So a lot of you, I've got a lot of feedbacks from the regions that I handle. I know I don't handle all the regions here, but some of you are mentioning that, one-day campaigns are really short. So, I'm glad that the bot is able to create a 30-day campaign with a wider ROI. for those who are a bit more lazy in a sense, those that don't want to snatch campaigns. For those that go into City Pombi, congratulations. You don't have to worry for 30 days. But yeah, so right now, as times go by from the start, when we saw 1 campaign per week to 2 campaign per week to 3 campaign per week, and with the volatility and the influx of volume, we are looking at more campaigns throughout the next couple of weeks. So it is important to note that, right now we're in the pioneer stage. Everyone here is a pioneer because most of you here, I believe, came from ISE. So you guys are the first in the whole system. When new people come in, they're not going to experience all this. But of course, everybody here is part of the pioneer batch of Icarus Labs, which makes you the earliest earners of IL tokens as well. Okay, so for the next slide, Fred, if I can bother you. All right, okay, so right now, from 19th of March to the 15th of April, the company is holding a promotion that would benefit leaders, networkers, or people who have referrals in mind. Why? It's because for 3,000 tickets and up, the percentage of rewards here is increased. For a 3,000 ticket, you used to be at 5%. You are looking at 6% right now. And for a 5,000 ticket at 6%, you are, no, sorry, 3,000 tickets are at 4%. You're looking at 5% right now. For 5,000 tickets, you're looking at a previous of 5%. You're looking at 7% right now. For 10,000 tickets, which was at 7%, you're looking at a 10%. And for 30,000, you're looking at 14% from your recommendation rewards and also your community bonuses. So this promotion is perpetual during this period. I mean, if you purchase a ticket during this period, it will last perpetually throughout your involvement with Icarus Labs. Okay, so this promotion, from what I understand, is that it's going to be a one-time thing. There's not going to be a repeat of this in the future for leaders. If you want to take the maximum advantage, this is the chance. For everybody else, this is still a chance for you to earn from your recommendations. Okay, and also with a binary structure, the limitations for a sideways building market is a lot lesser. So the earlier you are on, which for ISE members, you are here very early, this is still profitable for you in the long run. All right, okay, so Fred, for the next slide, please. Most of you have seen Zeta and Nick's report this week, right? So some of you may be confused from the report itself. One thing to note is that for the reports, it is understandably okay, let's start with Nick's, right? So Nick's itself, it shows a very high percentage, but it is important to note that because reports are very difficult to create based on the current data, because for Nix itself, it was only able to trade whatever's available on the order books at a point in time, right? So it doesn't mean that, say, for example, if the total trading volume that Icarus has at the moment is maybe, let's say, for example, 1 million. It is not possible to trade 1 million in one trade for Nix because I believe most of you here have seen the live demo. And for the live demo itself, the trades that occur is depending on the availability on the order book. So it is important to understand that for trading reports, that is as transparent as the company can get in terms of trades, but it's very hard to determine every single trade, especially when Nix is making X amount of trades per day. X amount of trades being in the 5-digit figures. Okay. For Zeta itself, a profit range is shown. How do you define a profit range? Right. So you understand from the report that Zeta trades Ethereum and USDT. So let's say, for example, today's price for USDT and Ethereum, maybe Ethereum will cost 3,000 USDT. So let's say, for example, we enter a trade at 3,000 and we close at a profit at 3,010. That is a 10 profit range. So within 15 days itself, it has made actually over that amount of profit in the profit range. So that is how you determine the profit range. The volume traded as well is dependent on the bot strategy, because okay, for those that have seen Zeta, those that have the privilege or took the opportunity when we had it to see Zeta and Atlas back office configurations, you will realize that there is certain mathematical and statistical calculations as to how much to make per trade. So volume-wise is very dependent on the trades or the range of trades that have been happening in the period. So for all those that I see, you are familiar with the statistics or familiar with the Sapphira. So when Sapphira martingales as well, there is a difference in volume. So it doesn't mean that Zeta uses a martingale strategy, but it calculates as well mathematical based on statistics on how much to trade per trade. Okay, so with the reports ending, before I pass it over to Fred, I would like to make a statement about where we are right now. So before I wrap up, I would like to share with you about what you are experiencing today. In the modern world where physical currency is in a war against digital currencies, banks and state governments are fiat-sided, while masses like you and I are supporting crypto. Why? Because of the decentralized financial aspect of the ecosystem. In the recent years, we have actually seen more and more governments caving in and adopting or holding crypto assets. In this call itself, I see some of my Latin America leaders here. So you would understand when I say countries like El Salvador has taken on cryptocurrencies as a means of payment. Cryptocurrency providers have been springing up all over throughout the years as well. One thing to note or to learn today, if you're not aware of, is the correlation between volatility and stability in terms of asset classes in the financial industry. So over the last few years, we have seen the volatility of cryptocurrencies reduce over time. What does that mean? It means that in 2018, if you were to purchase any cryptocurrency that is at its peak today, you could be a millionaire. You could be a multi-millionaire, right? Things like Shiba Inu, things like Ethereum even, things like Bitcoin back then, when it was like few thousands, 10,000s even. Even if you put in a couple of 100,000s, you would have 5-fold, 6-fold by now. Okay, so one thing to understand is that the lack of volatility in prices or how it's structured equates to more acceptance of the cryptocurrency utility in the current world. With this in effect, the opportunity for big earnings from just investing in coins are slowly going away. So it means right now, even if you buy 1,000 worth of Bitcoin, 1,000 worth of Bitcoin, 1,000 worth of Ethereum, or even one Ethereum or one Bitcoin, that's not going to make you a millionaire like it used to, right? So the Bitcoin right now is about 4,000 blocks away from the next halving, and it's already hitting 94% of the total supply in the market. So once Bitcoin is completely mined, for those that don't know what is Bitcoin halving, it is when right now, or since back then, they used to have a systems that used to mine Bitcoins. So they used to solve algorithms for the blockchains to run, and they will be rewarded with an X amount of Bitcoin per solving the whole equation, right? So right now, once Bitcoin's availability is completed, which is about 2.1 million, what happens next? That means the total supply is already out there. There's not going to be any more anticipation in terms of supply that will be available. It will be completely community driven. So the next phase of cryptocurrency will definitely boil down to application of an ecosystem and its utility. So every few years or decades, there is always an opportunity to exponentially grow your assets. With the introduction of internet, to investing in tech, to Bitcoin millionaires, to when COVID, where a lot of companies took advantage of the necessity of masks to profit from manufacturers, right? We are all standing in the world's greatest stage of an evolution of financial markets. The opportunity is presenting itself to you in many forms. So, investing in Icarus Labs not only means taking on short-term profits from our trading bots, but investing in a business with the potential of creating a whole ecosystem in the underutilized space. Right now, if I were to ask you, what is the utilization of most cryptocurrencies? Most people would only know the utilization as being able to transfer cryptocurrency. Yeah, some countries are accepting cryptocurrency as a utility, but in terms of application, are you familiar with smart contracts? Ethereum is taking on smart contracts, which equates to making agreements a lot easier. In the future, what utilization of cryptocurrency most of us would not know. But there is a huge space, just as when fiat came into the world, about how fiat can be used. There is a lot of possibilities there that can be taken on. And right now, this is the space of crypto. So we are all ahead of the curve, but it boils down to whether we are brave enough to embrace change. Because we know that in 10 years later, we'll be living in a new landscape, right? With some countries, electric vehicles, in some countries, artificial intelligence. In fact, artificial intelligence has taken over several industries in the world already. As humans, we try not to recognize the AI or technology is able to do things better than human beings. But that is not a fact. It will always succeed human beings in certain industries. Digital currencies and many more will also come through. But if we stay rooted to our past, we will never grow. So with that, I would just like to thank everybody for being here today to listen to this and our next speaker, which is Fred. And thank you all once again for joining us and be brave enough to take on a new future. Thank you. And
Thank you, Lee.
session back to King.
Thank you, brother. I see you're fighting through. You're fighting through. I heard you fighting through. And that you're well done. You're good and faithful servant that you are. Thank you so much for going the extra distance for all of us. I would have hoped people would receive some more clarity from what you shared. And I would advise you to go take some medication and go and lay down with immediate effect. Okay?
All right.
My
Thanks, King.
advice to you. Have a blessed night, brother. Get some sleep.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And of course, thank you, Fred, for the next part.
Yeah, don't worry, man. I got Fred, man. Fred about to put their minds on fire. So, guys, listen. What's going on here this evening is just to help you understand what space you're in, and I believe Leo gave you some solid information that I want to add this concept to it. You see, we are joining this profit system, yeah. And this profit system that we're going to join, whether or not you decide to build a business, you're going to earn and you're going to make profits. I want to give you an example. You have a $10,000 ticket and you decide to build a business along with joining the different campaigns to earn your 30, 40, 50%, whatever percentage you may get from the campaigns. Yeah. When that K extra is running and you start to really make this profit, This 35,000, if you are actively learning, because this business is for those who are willing to learn and adapt fast. The person who learns the fastest is the person who's going to make the income the fastest. Okay, please hear me clear. You start to make this 35,000. That can be for a year, if you so desire, just from campaigns, or it can be for the month. It can be for the week, depending on the size of the business and depending on your determination to get the job done. This 35,000, when you acquire this money now, when you're receiving a USDT payout, because you cannot use the USDT to buy more packages for anyone else. You can buy a package for yourself, but we are pushing persons to extract the money out so they can have the money in their whatever account they're using, whether it's exchange, private wallet, whatever it is you're using, you take your USDT out. When you get your USDT, it will behoove, it will be wise, it will be something of intelligence if you start to now allocate buying cryptocurrency and storing. I don't care if you have to buy just $1,000 worth of BTC every single month. Just start to acquire. Because the same BTC that you're seeing at 60 and 70,000 and people are saying, oh, it's so high. What will be the cry when it's at 200,000? You're going to say, oh, I wish I had bought some at 70. By that time, it may be a little too late to have that cry. So do not miss out on the opportunity while you're in the opportunity. Yes, we have all lost. We have all missed. We have all had a chance to do much more and we didn't understand. I will not have that excuse anymore. And this is why we're having this session to help you understand how Icarus Labs will help sort out the cryptocurrency experience because this is what they specialize in. They are going to help us help ourselves. So, with that being said, I want to talk to someone who has given me that type of knowledge and securing and putting and buying what is $100, what is $1,000, what is $500, but every month allocating in his jar something to buy some part of BTC. What say you? This young man is a mentor and a friend and a colleague of mine, someone I look up to, someone that just don't talk and bump their gums, but someone that is definitely, Renata, I agree with you. I want all my money from that situation with the broker. I don't think anyone in the team has as much money with in the broker as myself, but that will sort itself out. But I'm not going to wait. It makes no sense to wait when I can create. We're going to get paid income right now. The moment I sign someone up, I'm getting a direct bonus of 10%. So I'm going to receive the money. So why wait when I can participate and grow my money? No need to wait. And Fred Folk has been the one to tell me, King, don't play with this. Don't wait on this. Don't misunderstand this. Don't lose out on this. And I want to thank him for the inspiration that he has been in my life. And he has been a solid help. And not just to me, to many others. I want to bring to the floor our colleague and our friend, our mentor, Mr. Fred Falk. Present the
Hello,
show
good
today.
evening. You
Good
hear me
night to you,
well?
sir. Very well, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, thank you very much, Leo, because I know Leo is not well. He's sick. All right. But I told him that today is our first session to have a group meeting. So I take up about 10 minutes of his time, right, to do an introduction on the memos, and to share a little bit of information. And before he retires, to bed. Currently, he's in Korea right now, and in Korea time it's 12:30 midnight. So I think we should let him go to sleep. Okay, right. So now let me share with you uh, the screen. Okay, just give me a moment. Now, thank you very much for Leo to share the information with us. I have a short topic to share with you guys tonight. Right. The topic title is nice to know or need to know. Is it nice to know or need to know? Right. So I looked through what you call that explanation. Okay. We are overloaded with information in today's world, right? Especially with the social media, okay, with the comfort and easy access of social media, we have so many kind of information. Information overload is the difficulty in understanding an issue and effectively you make decisions. Okay, because you have so much information about something. Okay, we can never be master of all trade. Okay, like I mentioned to you before. Okay, when I got into forex. Okay, I do not know much about forex, honestly. But after a couple of months into it, I learned something more about forex. Yeah. So should I get into another experience, all right, trading in forex, I have more knowledge. It is actually a journey. Okay. So what I'm going to share about today is nice to know, okay, and need to know. So when talk about nice to know, this is not technically necessary. It is good to know because knowing is better than not knowing. Okay. For example, reading success story from others, reading a book or whatever, may boost your engagement and inspiration, but it will not be measurable at your final results and your performance. Okay, because reading it, okay, is nice to know, it's good to know about some information, but you need to do it, okay, before you get the results. So knowing all this is nice to know. Okay, what is need to know? Need to know is something that you need to have to do your job correctly and effectively. All right, it is the know-how. All right, you can't perform without this, so you must know. This is not an option. Okay, now there's another N. Okay, it is actually noise. This is neither nice to know or need to know. Okay, for all of us who have been working in office, in a corporate ladders, in corporations, we know this. Office gossips, tales, rumors, grumbles, negative vibes, office politics, etc., etc., etc. These are noises, okay? No need to know because it contributes nothing to your performance and your results, okay? So now let us look back at the nice to know and need to know, okay, in what we are doing in this platform. So in Icarus Lab, what is our nice to know and need to know? Think about that, right? Okay, so now the first question I have is SEC information about Icarus Labs registration. Is it nice to know or need to know? Right? Well, we can have a chat, you all can type. Is it nice to know or is it a need to know? What do you think? The SEC information about Icarus Labs registration. Okay. So in the presentation, in the corporate presentation, we have read all this, it has been presented to us, and get out all this information, Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, right. Now, then another slide tells us about all this. Okay, right. Now, there's someone who asked me, how do I know whether is this real or not real? Right now, you see this company filing in SEC. Okay, right? Very simple. Oh, sorry. Okay, you just need to click it. Right? You can go into the SEC .gov website. Are you seeing the website right now, or you are just still seeing my PPT?
Just seeing your PowerPoints, just seeing company filing in SEC.
Okay, right. I'll just go into the slides shortly. Okay. So over here, let me just close on. All right, if you have the PowerPoint, okay, when you click on this red mark here, you will see www.sec.gov, which is SEC government website. Okay, so when you go into that site, okay, right, you will see the registration. Okay, so you can actually open up the file, okay, and you can actually see the registration. Okay, so this is something is important, right, for you to know. Why? Because this is a very important marketing factor. Okay, be it is Icarus Labs, or be it is Coinbase, or be it is Ripple, or be it is Binance. Yeah. Why? Okay, because SEC, as we all know, how powerful it is. Okay, so now let me stop share here. Okay, so if you were to click on that link, or you actually goes into that website, okay, so this is what you will actually see. Okay, the real corporate, the real government website. Okay, so you can put into, right, all this. Okay, Icarus Labs. Okay, you can see, right? So you just goes into all this notice of sales. You just click and open it up, and you will see exactly what I showed you in the PowerPoint. Yep. Okay. So this to me is need to know, right? You need to know why. It is for yourself. It is also for marketing purpose. Okay, so it's important, it's crucial. Okay, you need to know this. Okay, so now let me go on. Okay, my second question, okay, is where our revenue comes from. That means your revenue and my revenue, for example. Okay, it comes from profits and bonuses. Okay, so is this nice to know or need to know? Okay, obviously is need to know, okay, because that's where, right, the cash flow, that's where your salary comes from, right, from your boss. Okay, that's when you do a sales, that's your sales commission comes from. You must know where the revenue comes from. Yeah, so now the next question is how the campaigns work. Okay, which is the ROI range, the volume needed, the date and time launch, right, at GMT midnight, or GMT 8 AM. Okay, is this information nice to know or need to know, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. If you do not know this information, right, you will miss the timing. You do not know this information, okay, you will not know how much volume, right, this campaign is needed. Okay, so you really need to know all this information, because you are also sharing information with others, right? So it's very important. Okay, when you tell your friend, or someone, next week we have 3 campaigns, next week we have 7 campaigns, next week we have, whatever campaigns, the information that you pass on is very important, because that is a money making opportunity. Okay, so to me, business is business. So every opportunity, I need to know the information. Okay, now next, okay, how the board works. Okay, that means, okay, over here, okay, that means the technical details of the AI settings, the programming, the trading probabilities, the data analyzing, etc., etc., etc. Okay, is all this technical information nice to know or need to know? Okay. Well, there's no right, there's no wrong. Okay, so I'm just sharing with you something to ponder over. What do you think, right? How well the board works, how important, all the probabilities, all the micro data, right? To me, right, that is nice to know. Okay, why is it nice to know? Because I am not buying into the board itself, right? Because the board works for me, but I am not buying into respective board itself. Okay, it's good to know how it works. It's good to know what's the difference between the Next and the Zeta and the Atlas. Yes, it is. Okay, but what helps me to make a revenue is actually the profit from the campaign that I chose, and, okay, the bonuses that I made. Yeah. Okay. So the second point I would like to bring up to you is that our need is to know how to make profit and bonuses. Yes and yes. Okay, that is the purpose, right? Right, that's why we are here, right? Okay, right? How to make profit and bonuses. So we need to know. Okay, right? So as for me, this report is important. This report is good. This report is informative for sure, right? Okay, now, but when I ask myself how to read and decipher this report, is it very, very important to me? Well, to me, right, may not be to you, right? It's just nice to know. Okay, to me, it's not a completely need to know, okay, but it's nice to know, right? Because it doesn't actually helps me in revenue generating. Okay, now we must understand that when we have a capital, we purchase a ticket, the ticket goes into the campaign A, B, C. All right, it goes into the campaign A, B, C. Okay, it does not goes into Zeta, Next, or Atlas directly. Okay, so that is something that we have to understand. That's why we need to know about the campaigns. Okay, because the campaigns are the one that give us assured profits returns. Assured profit returns. That means is unlike our forex trading that we may have stop loss, we may have a no trade day, and things like that. Okay, so as long as we enter into a campaign, it will have assured profit returns. Okay, so with regards to the profits, okay, we have campaigns, we have ROIs, we have multiplier and NAV. Okay, so when you goes into your back office, look into the past campaigns. Okay, we understand one thing. Okay, your capital buys tickets. The ticket carries an NAV. The tickets enter a campaign. Once the campaign is completed, profit distributed, NAV will be deducted. Okay, your ticket is free to enter another campaign until the NAV is hit. Right? So this is some of the examples, okay? Some of the campaigns have been completed, okay? As of the day that I do this screenshot on the 20th of March, right, at 1400. So this is what it is, okay? By now, Steady Pompey already completed, right? And it's already running, means it's already trading, okay? So the 1 to 3 days campaign with lower volume, between 300 to 500,000 are fast to fill. Fast to fill. Okay, you have experienced that. Okay, because being popular, the volume is not high, take-up rate is fast, and it lead to some slow hands may miss out in the campaigns. Right, that is a reality. Okay, now then as compared to the Steady Pompey, okay, the same 300,000 volume, okay, is a 30-day straight is 1 to 30%. Okay, the take-up rate is slower than the Rush, right? Which was actually launched at the same time at 0800 GMT. Okay. So points to ponder is that lower volume campaigns, lower ROI, take-up rate is fast, miss out rate is high, trade for shorter days, profit backs quicker, right? 3 to 4 days, everything is back. Assuming a 3 days three campaigns weekly, you have 3 tickets. You get a chance to participate in all 3 or just in one particularly, okay? Now, assume 3 campaigns give you 0.9 to 2.5%, average 1.2 to 10% a month if you're constantly doing this every week for 4 weeks, okay? If you miss any campaigns or you miss all 3 campaigns, if you're slow, that means it will affect your ROI. That's a fact, okay? Now, assume 3 campaigns weekly and you only have 1 ticket. You get a chance to participate in only 1. So when you take part in only 1, okay, your average ROI percentage will be lower. Okay, but you are managed to do maybe 1 a week. Okay, right? But again, if you miss any campaigns, right, your percentage will be lower. And if you miss all, you'll be a nil. Okay. Despite all this, why the shorter campaigns is popular? Think. Why? Okay. As you compare to the higher volume campaigns, it has a higher ROI. Take-up rate is slower. All right, take a look at the steady Pompeii. All right, it takes almost like 2 days, all right, to fill it up. Okay, so the miss out rate is low. That means I have 2 days to enter. Right, the K extra up to now is already 2 months, right? For the month of February and the month of March. Okay, that means I still have time to enter. The miss out rate is very low. Okay, it trade for longer days, yes. Okay, profit back slower. Okay, it could be in days, it could be in weeks, or even months, like the K extra. Okay, if you have 3 tickets, you have a chance to enter a long and a short campaign with all your 3 tickets. Being slower to fill, the longer campaign miss out rate is near to nil, and you'll be low, okay, until it surpasses 90 because more people will enter. Meanwhile, you have spare active tickets. You can enter into any shorter campaigns if you want to, or everything can be on a longer campaigns, up to you. Okay. Now, but if you have only 1 ticket and you do not want to participate actively in the weekly short campaigns, as the miss out rate is higher, then the option is to enter a longer campaign where the ROI tends to be higher. Yeah. Okay. Now, despite both the steady Pompeii, okay, and the S Rush 2 are 300,000 volume, the take-up rate for S Rush 2 is much, much faster. In less than a minute or two, okay, as compared to the steady Pompeii is 2 days. Okay. Why a higher returns campaign moves slower than the low returns campaign? It is the same question as the first one. Okay, the reason is consumer behavior. Okay, consumer, human beings, mostly prefer instant gratification. The matter of fact, they rather face the disappointment of missing out the short campaigns and then they grumble. Right? Because I have so many SMSs, in private, people ask me and they grumble, my hands are slow, why it moves so fast, well, it moved fast because it's popular. Why you didn't get it? Because your hands are slow. Finish. Okay. Yet they think by entering the K extra or the steady Pompeii are less satisfying because it takes longer time for seeing profits. The matter of fact, despite the long campaigns, ROI is higher, right, then the sums of all the short successful campaigns add up. The common consensus is the short campaign is more satisfying. Human behavior, consumer behavior. So I'm not saying which is right, which is wrong, okay? Because you are a consumer, right? You have your own behavior, you have your own belief system, okay? But when I were to plan for statistics or strategies, okay, I will not go by such behavior, okay? That's my mindset, and the way I think could be different from some of you. I'm not just saying that I'm right, but I'm just sharing with you, right, my strategy. For those who have attended one of my meetings before, I have used this example. Okay, now I have 2 examples here. Okay, I say that one, you bought an apartment for 1 million. Okay, and you sold the apartment at 3 million or even 2 million after 3 years. Do take note, I use this example, I'm basing in Singapore example. Okay, so when you buy an apartment today, you can't sell tomorrow at 2 million. It's impossible. It takes time for your property at your area, okay, demand and supply to boost up before you can sell in 3 years later, 4 years later at a profit. So in my simple example, I just say 3 million. Okay, so your capital gain is 2 million. Simple illustration without factoring into loan interest, legal fee, property agents, commission, etc. Simple calculation. Okay. However, you have another property. Okay. You bought another property for 1 million and you are not living there. Okay. So you rent it out for $4,000 a month. Your rental gain is 4,000 times 12 months, a year, times 3. Why 3? Because on the left, you sell your house in 3 years' time. So I want to use the same example for illustration. So the rental yield over the 3 years is 144,000. Exactly. Okay. Again, we remove all the loan interest, legal fee, admin fee, whatever fees, simple example. So my question is, which is better? Do you think capital gain is better, or do you think monthly rental yield is better? Points to ponder. Okay. Now, the price appreciation of an apartment is not instant. It takes time. In this example, it's 3 years. Okay, and can be lesser, can be more. That is called capital gain because you sold it. Okay, now you may view a campaign with a bigger volume, with a higher ROI as a bigger capital gain in this illustration. Okay. On the other hand, the rental one, rental is paid monthly. Your tenant have to pay you every month. It takes shorter time, right, in a month to receive the rent. Okay, whereby capital gain in this example, it takes 3 years. Okay, so over the next 3 years, every month you receive a rental of $4,000 in this example. Okay, but compared to the capital gain, you sell your house, all right, and you get 2 million, all right, profit. But the rental is only 144,000 in 3 years, much smaller. Okay, so in our practice, you can actually view rental yields as the short campaigns, okay, that generate smaller ROI. Okay, it's just like the monthly rental yield for your house. Okay, so is it better? No. Right? You can have both. Okay, however, you can only afford one house, then no choice, right? So the house you have to stay for a couple of years before you sell it and you make capital gain, and then you have to look for another house. Okay, but if you have 2 houses, 3 houses, 4 houses, which is in our circumstance, I call them tickets. Then your tickets can be put into different houses, okay, to generate different kind of ROI. Be it you look upon it as a capital gain or you look upon it as rental yield, right? So tickets, we understand that our capital will buy the tickets. The ticket carries an NAV. The ticket entered a campaign. The campaign completed, profit distributed, NAV deducted. Ticket is free to enter another campaign. Okay. Now, this is one point that is for you to think. K extra volume is 10 million. Yes. Until today, it's 60%. Right, for 2 months. This is the second month, coming to the end of second month. Maybe by the end of the month, it's like 70% or something. Maybe it takes 3 months. Maybe it takes 4 months, all right, to fill up the 100%. Okay, now, what will happen when K Extra is filled at 100% and trade for 10 days? What will happen? The answer is on the left, right? The 10 million worth of tickets value is now free. What do I mean by 10 million worth of ticket? That means you put in K Extra, I put in K Extra, so many people put in K Extra. Some people may have $500, some people may have $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, 10,000, 30,000. They put in. Everybody put in. Okay, there may be 1,000 people or 2,000 people in the K Extra, maybe. Okay, assume it takes 4 months to fill. Okay. And the ROI could be 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, or the maximum of 70%. Okay, so if it's 30% in 4 months, it means 7.5% per month average. 10% if it's 40%. Okay, now in 4 months it's 50%, that means 12.5% a month. If it's 60%, it'll be 15% a month, right? Okay, so the participants will receive their profits 1 day after the 10th day of trading. Okay. Now, after K Extra completed, the assumption is there is a K Extra 2, 20 days. Same, 30 to 70%. There is also a S Rush 20. It's a 2 days, 0.3 to 6%. Okay, illustration purpose only. Okay, so there's two new campaigns launched this week: the K Extra 2 and the S Rush 20. Okay, question is, which campaign would you enter with your active ticket? Previously, it was with K Extra. And then now after 4 months, K Extra have completed. You have received your whatever 30% to 60% to 70%. Your ticket is free. Which one would you enter? 1 or 2? Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's have some interaction. You can type. Anyone typing or not? Okay. So someone will choose 2. Well, fine, no problem. Anyone? Okay. Do you want to choose 1 or 2? Can I have some more answers, please? Are you guys still around? Hello, anyone? Pay extra, okay. It's fine, it's fine. Just make it more fun, you know. Just we have some interaction. Okay. Remember, the scenario is your ticket was in K Extra. After 4 months, okay, it could be 30% to 70%. You take back your profit already. Your ticket is free now. Okay, and then they have another 2 campaigns launch, right? K Extra 2, 20 days of trading. Okay, same thing. Okay, it's 100 million. Sorry, it's a 10 million. Sorry, 30 to 70%. Okay, and then they have a S Rush 2. Okay, 2 days, 300,000, 400,000. Okay, 0.3 to 6%. Okay, so the question is that which one would you like to enter? Okay, so it's either 1 or 2, right? No right, no wrong. Okay. Second, which campaign would you advise your whole community to enter with their active ticket? If you have a community, right? Your community come and ask you, hey, hi, you know, right? What do you think? You know, what will you think that what kind of which one should I enter? You know, for advice, what do you think? Okay, I don't know. All right, everyone can have your own different kind of advice for your group, right? Okay, now with this campaign launch, from the K Extra, there is a total of 10 million value. Yes, the tickets total add up together is 10 million value. What happens if all of this 10 million value enter into K Extra 2? It took 4 months in our illustration for K Extra to fill 100%. Do you think it will take another 4 months for the K Extra 2 to fill 100%? Yes or no? Think, right? Sad to say, common sense, you know, is common sense. Logic is logic. But many times, common sense are scarce commodity. It's no longer common. But this is a very, very common sense question. If you cannot understand this, you have no strategy. You have no strategy. You need to think. I like this because, you know, it makes me think of strategy, how to make money, how to make money. Okay, right. So you have to think. There's $10 million of value. Now, the market has $10 million free ticket. Okay, right. So what if all enter into K Extra? Does it take 4 months? Okay, the answer is obviously no. right? So now let's take a look. Just think, if it doesn't take 4 months to fill, okay, it takes shorter. How short? I don't know. You can think about it. My scenario is, if all 100 million value free tickets enter into K Extra, how fast do you think the K Extra 2 will be filled up? I have no answer for you, all right, because this is assumption, okay? So you have to think, imagine, okay, and what will happen if this kind of scenario happens, okay? But because our scenario was 4 months, okay, extra to fill. So right now, in this scenario, right, I don't think it will take 4 months, right? So what does that mean? You go and think about it, okay? Right, I have some slides, some back office screenshots to show you. Yeah. What do you see? Okay, now we see a ticket history. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, here it goes. This is a capital of 30,000. Okay, I'm not going to cover this, about the difference between capital tier and ticket tier. This is two different things. Okay, the capital is 30,000. He entered 2 times 10,000 tickets. He entered 5,000 tickets. Okay, so the NAV is 35,000 times 2, and the NAV for the 5,000 ticket is 50,000 times 2. You add up together, the total NAV is 100,000. Very easy, right? Very easy to understand. If he only buys one ticket, right? And his 30,000 will be 120,000. Okay, so in this case, you will say that this guy is quite stupid, so stupid. He go and buy 4 tickets and he has 20,000 lesser NAV, Well, yes, possibly. Okay, now take a look. NAV 15,000, 15,000, 35,000, and 35,000, right? Okay, so now then you take a look at the revenue. It says 15,000, 15,000, 35,000, 35,000. Ladies and gentlemen, what does that mean? This is a need to know. It's a need to know. It's not nice to know, because this is your back office. Okay, what does it mean when revenue is 15,000 and NAV is 15,000? What does that mean? Right, 35,000 over 35,000. What does that mean? It means your NAV is met and hit. Okay, the 10,000 tickets already maxed up the 35,000. The 5,000 tickets also maxed up the 15,000. This is real, okay? This is real. This is not a makeup dashboard to show you. What does that mean? So this person already made 100,000. Right? Obviously, over the past 2 months, this cannot be merely comes from profit. It also comes from bonuses. Right? Okay, right. So capital is 30,000. 4 tickets NAV is 100,000, right? So less capital of 30,000 is net earning is 70,000. So ladies and gentlemen, what did this participant focus on? What did he focus on? Okay, Alexandra, this person has received not all profits, okay, because over the past 2 months, okay, the profits that is completed are the shorter campaigns. So when you base on the shorter campaigns, he cannot hit his NAV purely by profits. Do you guys agree with me? right? This is simple mathematics, guys. Simple mathematics, right? So the question is, what did this participant focus on? In other words, where does his revenue mainly comes from? Bonuses. Bonuses. All right. So bonuses. Okay. So we understand this. Okay. So when it comes to bonuses, okay, from the 19th of March to the 15th of April, you purchase once and reap forever. Okay. When we have a 3,000 ticket, by right, our bonuses, okay, direct bonuses will be at 4%. Okay. Now you add more one. That means it's 5%. If you have a 5,000 ticket, okay, you is 2%, right? 5 plus 2 will be 7%. 10,000 ticket will be plus 3, you'll be 7 plus 3 will be 10%. 30,000, you'll be 4, right? It will be 10 plus 4, you'll be 14%. And in other words, this person who purchased a 10,000 ticket, his direct bonus is 10%, which is the 30,000 tickets entitlement. You get what I mean? Your capital is lower, yet your bonus entitlement is at the 30,000 ticket tier, right? So the participant who purchased the 30,000 tickets, the recommendation and community bonuses is 10%, okay? But with the 4%, you'll be 14%, okay? And this entitlement will follow you even after 15th of April 2024. Right. So this will be, to me, is a very exciting promotion to recommend to new signups. Okay, because I will tell him, hey, I entered a 5,000. I only have a 7%, I only have a 5%. But if you were to sign up a 5,000 now, you have a 7%. You have a better advantage than me. That's a selling point. Okay. In other words, you are taking advantage of the promotion. Okay. Just like in departmental stores. Okay. You get additional discount. Okay. And that's why you would like to purchase something right during the sale. Okay. So take advantage of this. Okay. Now, with this advantage, you will actually earn more. Would you agree? Yes. Right? Be it recommendation bonus, which is a sales commission, okay, and also the community bonus, which is the binary. Okay. So this is the campaign, okay, right? So now I would like to mention one thing, just now I asked you what that participant focused on. He focused on bonuses, okay? And what I would like to suggest to you, focus on things that is need to know. Not just on Icarus Labs, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, King will know, when we talk, I don't just talk about what we are doing. Okay, right? It doesn't matter. We are talking about your family, your household. Focus on the things that is need to know about your household. Right, right. Things focus on things, right, about finances. So what you need to know about your finances. Okay, what is your financial situation right now? Okay, what is your financial planning right now over the next few months or up to the year 2024 or 2025 or 2026? Okay, what focus on the things that you need to know about your career path. Okay, if you are in a job, you are fighting for promotion, for a new post, okay, or you're changing your job to a new company, focus on the things that you need to know, no matter what you're doing. Okay. Now for the male, okay, we have male and females here, all the male attendees, our friends here, what are the things that you're focused that you need to know in your life? What are the things? feel free, to interact. Okay, I have answers for you. Okay, right, especially the married men. What are the things that you need to focus, that you really need to know, not nice to know, need to know? What would be the thing? Interesting information, huh? Okay, right. Think about that. Okay, let me give you the answer. Okay, my answer. Okay, your wife's birthday, guys. If you want to have a happy life, this is something that you need to know. Okay, I don't know how can you forget it. If you think you can forget it, then just tattoo onto your arm or tattoo onto your left arm, right arm, or whatever. Just make it visible, okay, and make sure you don't forget. It's a need to know, right, for all men, especially married men. Anniversary. It's a need to know. Okay, right. Mother's Day. Okay. There's only one day in a year is Father's Day, but the rest of the days are all Mother's Day, guys. Okay. Happy wife, happy life. Okay. So these are the things that you need to know. Okay. Okay. And of course, revenue increase to increase your household income, to increase your financial situation. As a man, I think it is very, very important that you need to know how to improve your financial situation. Okay, be it you are in need or be it you are in a comfort zone. Okay, no one doesn't like money. We have to be very secured. Okay, so that's why it's very important. And what about the ladies? What are the things that you need to focus to know? Okay, right. I always believe, okay, independence. I believe a lady uh, should be financial independent as well. Okay, um, during my years in selling my vacuum cleaners, as you all know, my vacuum cleaner is not cheap. Whenever we do a presentation to a family, especially to a housewife, first thing they will say is, "I'll ask my husband." Okay, not wrong. Okay, but it means that she's not financial independent. Okay, my wife is very financial independent. She trades shares, right? She makes money on her own. Okay, right. My money is her money. Her money is her money. So she is very, very financial independent. Okay. Now, support. Okay, in a family, you have to be very supportive, to your spouse in things that he do, of course, doing the right thing. Okay, women always have a very supportive power behind all men. There is a saying says that in all successful men, there's always a woman behind. Yeah. Okay, and then of course, for women, we also must remember all the anniversaries, all the important dates in our family. Okay, and I always find that women are a very good financial controller. Okay, so helps to control the financial situation in the family, just like what my wife did, in our family. Okay, just off the note, okay, not on Icarus Labs. Okay, so in Icarus Labs, what are the things that we need to know? Okay, you have to plan your campaign strategy. Okay, be it you have 1 ticket, 2 tickets, or 3 tickets, or 4 tickets. Okay, you have to plan your campaign strategy. Okay, so that's why you need to know campaigns, how it works, right? And then you build your marketing team or your pool of customers. Build your marketing team. That means the active marketing team, right? And also a pool of customers. Treat it like a business. Okay. Now, hit your NAV at the shortest possible time. I repeat, this is very important. Hit your NAV at the shortest possible time. Okay. Right. 1,000 tickets is a 2 times. So that means it's 2,000 as revenue. Now, that means it's net, you make 1,000. Okay. Now, 1,000 may not be a big pot of gold, of course, right? But 1,000, can it actually improve your household revenue? If you hit 1,000, your 1,000 ticket that you're holding, okay, and you hit NAV at the shortest possible time, maybe 1 month, maybe 1.5 months, maybe 2 months, all right? That means you have an extra $1,000 net earned. Would it be helpful in a household income? What happens if it's a 3,000 tickets, which is 2.5 multiplier, which is 7,005? Okay, that means it's net 4,005. With a 4,005, it may not be a lot, okay, but does it improve your cash flow? If you hit your NAV in 2 months, for example, okay, because the live example I show you is 2 months, from February to March, and this person hit his NAV, 100,000. Okay. Now, for those who have a 5,000 ticket, okay, it's 3 times. So that means it's 15,000. Take away the 5,000 is a 10,000, right? 10,000 may not be a very big pot of gold, okay, but could it be very, very useful in your emergency funds? In your 3 jars to your 7 jars, could this 10,000, right, be useful? If you're holding a 10,000 ticket, it's 3.5 times, means 35,000. Okay, a 10,000 is a capital. That means you have a net 25,000. If you make 25,000 in the shortest possible time, maybe 2 months, all right, for those who are holding a 10,000 tickets, okay, would this amount be good for you for a family holiday? Maybe it's something that you have been wanting to do so far. Yeah. For the 30,000 ticket, is 4 times 120,000. Okay, take away the capital ticket because you're going to put it in another ticket again. Okay, that will be a net 90,000. I would say 90,000 is not a very handsome pot of gold, but if your household income is a 2,000 category, right, a 90,000 will be a very, very decent, handsome pot of gold. So that is why it is very important for you to have an opportunity and then hit your NAV at the shortest possible time. Shortest possible time. Okay, you must really treat it like a business. Okay, so to have that in mind, okay, you must have a strong desire, right? What you want to do, is it for household income? You want to increase the household income? Is it because you need to have some objective savings? Okay, is it because of some things that you need? You have this drive, okay. Don't be having a drive only when you are dead broke and desperate. I'm not broke, I'm not very, very rich, but I always have desire. So that, when I have desire, okay, I will make plan for myself. I will make plans, right? How do I achieve this desire? How do I achieve this objective, this goal, right? So when you put up a plan, then you will actually start to have action, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, one action is not enough. You must have many actions, many, many, many actions. And these actions sometimes have to do adjustment, okay, here and there, okay, and before you can hit the bullseye and achieve the goal that you want. Okay, so that is how step by step, that you can actually focus on the things that you need to know and you need to do, okay, and then you will be able to achieve things that you want, right? For those who have attended my workshop before, I've shared with you this, right? This is my first, okay, chart, all right? I have not shown you my second and third yet, okay? So for the property Singapore, okay, I already have owned one, okay, and then how do I actually pay for this? Okay, thank you to cryptocurrency because the Bitcoin increased, okay, in price a lot. I sold some of my Bitcoin, okay, and I actually I sold, and then that's why I have some cash, okay. I need some cash flow, so I sell these Bitcoin assets. I get some uh, uh, cash, okay, and I put into this property, this commercial property, right? Okay, so this is what I plan for myself, okay, and I'm not sure whether this year or December, because my son completes his fourth year graduate this year from uni. Okay, we are talking about the North Light again. Okay, he says that yeah, it'll be nice to go to see the North Light. You know, probably we'll do a family vacation, right, this December, right, to see the North Light. Not sure, but that is one of the plan, right? So set your goals, do up something like this, you know, right? And since you have the opportunity, hit the nail hard, okay, and get things done, right? So that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. I hope that the information would be useful to you, okay, hopefully, okay, and it may just rings a bell or two, okay, and make you get started, okay, to the opportunity that you're holding, okay. Of course, I'm not saying that this is the only opportunity, okay, but in any opportunity, even you want to buy Bitcoin, you need the money to buy, okay. For your information, I entered my Bitcoin, you know, when the price crashed at the time, 60 over 1,000, it went down to 17,000, 16,000. I entered at 17,000. And I keep on buying and buying and buying. Not necessarily I must spend 10,000, 20,000, 60,000 to buy Bitcoin. No, I can buy 1,000. I have spare money. You know, the different jars that I have. Okay, right. Take some money and buy some Bitcoin. Take some money and buy some Bitcoin. Okay, and I just accumulate it as an assets. Okay, and I believe Bitcoin will go up more than what it is had hit up past 70,000. You will go higher. Okay, because the halving haven't actually started. Okay, and to answer one last thing, all right, in the chat, okay, in the chat, okay, let me pull up, okay, okay, I think it's Renata, right? It says that uh, let me see. Okay, push out the money from Vlado and I gave all into the campaign. Well, I like your aspiration. Okay, like what King says, every one of us is actually waiting for that to happen. Okay, the only thing that I think differently from you, okay, is that I might not likely put all my money into the campaigns because you use the word all my money. Okay. Life has different aspect, right? Life have different things that we need to do. Okay. So we will have to re-evaluate the situation at that time, you know, to decide what I need to do and what I want to do. Okay. So just as a piece of advice, you know, I will not do so. Okay, why? Because I already started, you know, so I already have my campaigns ongoing, so I know what to do. Okay, so like what King says, yeah, no need to wait. You know, you can start doing, okay, and enjoy while you are enjoy the fruits while you are still waiting. Yeah, so that could be one of the strategy. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, guys, and I hope that my topic do not actually bores you. Okay, so I will hand it back to King. Thank you, King.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fredfolk. Absolutely not a bore, but a thrill. And for those who are really seeking financial freedom, I believe you gave enough accurate information to really put us on the right track. So let us drive home. And I want to just close on this because I think it's a point that Fred made in the presentation, and I would have hoped everybody grabbed together. He used Fred, and I'll be honest with you, it's only 1 month. We started to port accounts over in the month of March. So we're not even 1 full month. What the 15th of February and what happened in February from there to all that don't count. Let's look at it because nobody understood. Nobody joined, nobody hit no buttons, nobody knew nothing. So that don't count. So let's give people harsh reality. We are not 1 month in to the life of Icarus Labs. In 1 month, meaning 3 weeks have gone with another week to come, we are already at 60% capacity, actually 61. Let's say it takes the rest of this month and the entire month of April, which it should not. It's determined by you and I. Let's say it takes that entire 2-month process. Fred gave you a long 4-month process. And I just can't see that. But let's just say it takes 2 months, maybe even 3. When it is filled, even if they increase from 10 million to 11 to 12, whatever it may be, if everyone join K Extra 2, as an example, the barometer is going to go to where? It's going to go back to 80, 90%. Here what happens. You who may not understand, you may feel a little disgruntled. If you're building the business, the brand new person who is going to see the K Extra at 90%, when they join, it's going to be 1 month or less that the barometer goes to 100%. How excited do you think they will be if they put 30,000 and in 1 month they receive 30%, which is 9,000 in profit, and they join again the K Extra? How long before it goes to another 100%? If we do the things correctly, this could be 2 months to every single month we're experiencing the K Extra of a minimum of 30%. I don't know, but I believe this is the ambitions of the company, is to help us generate profits very fast. They're trading every day. They want to pay out the money. They want to execute the campaigns. They want to bring up new campaigns, pop up new campaigns while we in the K Extra. Maybe something more lucrative and exciting open up. Who knows? Hence the reason why multiple tickets are important. But all of you that have an existing ticket right now, you can upgrade your ticket, buy a brand new ticket, and receive this additional percentage so you can have long term as you build a business. They're giving all the first movers the advantage. So let's take full advantage of the advantage. Let's take full advantage of the advantage. Let's really be the first movers in a space of artificial intelligence with working functional AI bots, not an API bot. And let's get to the director level. Let's get to the 1% company turnover. Let's get to you plugging in this money, this company, bots in your own personal. Did you see the report? One of the bots generated over 500% returns. Could you imagine if that was in your account? But how much money do you have in your account for it to trade to give you the returns? That is the next question. And it's the reason why you got to get the pot of gold. So let's go out there and get the pot of gold. Let's go there and build a business. Let's position ourselves so when we are director, we have money in our account that the company could trade to make us exponential income. Let's get to the executive director. Let's build money. Let's build a business and let's build others. That's important. If you help enough people get all that they want, you will naturally get what you want. So let's help others get what they want, guys. I want to thank you so much once again, Fred. I want to thank everyone that tuned in and take a listen and that paid close attention. And I want to ask you to actively get involved. Monday for 7 p.m. is the presentation. Tuesday, we will confirm the time. It may be 7, maybe 8, maybe 9. I will confirm the time with all of you for Tuesday. But let's go out there and make it a date. And don't be late. Monday, please, and get all the guests to come take a listen. Blessings and more blessings. Ciao, ciao, everyone. Thank you again, Fred.